Here comes Snorlax, though, who's going to go for Dragon Tail as well. Snorlax and Munchlax are the first of your Season 11 semi-finalists. Welcome back to MetroMania, the ongoing 16 Pokemon team Metronome-only double battle tournament to determine the Season 11 MetroMania Champion. We have our first semi-finalists in the form of Munchlax and Snorlax, but of course, there's plenty more quarter-final action to go before we get to the semis. And this week, we find out Munchlax and Snorlax's opponents as we see Lucario and Riolu taking on Togekiss and Togepi. Let's get quarterfinal 2 underway. This has all the hallmarks of a belter of a battle written all over it. These two teams are very much two of what seems to be, from the comments, a lot of you guys' favorite teams. So seeing them go 2-on-2 right now as I knock over my G Fuel is going to be a very, very exciting one. We see Recycle from Lucario fail as Togekiss goes for a Volt Tackle to start things off against Riolu for a big chunk of damage to start things off, and of course recoil damage, such as the nature of Volt Tackle there. And now we see Riolu maybe looking to retaliate. Riolu's going to go for Laser Focus, wants to guarantee a critical hit on the next turn. And now it's over to Togepi. And what's Togepi going to do in response to all of this? Togepi's going to go for Jaw Lock, which is a Dark-type move, onto Riolu there for some not very effective damage. Doesn't quite do enough to take Riolu down to less than half its max HP. We don't worry about it, meaning Riolu can't run away or Togepi can't switch out, because there's no switching out in this. There's no worries there. Lucario starts off the next turn, though, with Hydro Cannon, a very powerful water-type move onto Togepi there for huge damage. That was beautiful. Of course, it does mean Lucario has to recharge at the end of, well, during the next turn. We see Foul Play from Togekiss onto Riolu, though, for a decent chunk of damage there. Still not very effective because it's Dark-type move against a Fighting-type Pokemon. But now Riolu's got to retaliate. Goes for Rest. What a way to retaliate. Retaliate by not retaliating at all. Restoring yourself back up to max HP. It does mean, though, that Riolu is going to be out of commission for the next couple of turns, but we'll see how Togepi responds to this. Togepi's going to go for Bind, avoided by Riolu. How'd you avoid something while you're asleep? Real question, though. Pokemon that are asleep should not be able to avoid attacks. Lucario has to recharge at the start of this turn, so of course it means Togekiss will start the turn off with Final Gambit, though, using all of its HP to take out Riolu there and itself. So it's now down to Lucario versus Togepi. I know who my money would be on. By the way, hit subscribe if you're enjoying the action. Don't forget to turn on all notifications so that you never miss a video on this channel. Here comes Togepi, though, with Magnetic Flux, which is going to fail. My word, Togepi has to be bricking it right now. Less than half at max HP against the Lucario. Here comes Lucario, who's going to go for double hit. How much damage is this going to deal onto Togepi? A good chunk of chip damage there, putting Togepi into the danger zone. What's your response here, Togepi? What are you going to do? You're going to go for Autotomize? Sure, why not? You know what? By all means. Autotomize is a great move there. Increase your speed and become nimble. Why not? +2 speed. I don't think it's going to be faster than Lucario, though, is it? I mean, it could. Nope, it's still not faster than Lucario, so what a waste of a turn that was. Here comes Lucario with Torment, which means that Togepi can't even use Metronome every other turn and is in the kind of range that means if it struggles once, it's knocking itself out with recoil damage. So this move, Cosmic Power, there you go. That guarantees that round 1 goes to Lucario, because now no matter what move Lucario uses, even if it doesn't hit Togepi, it means that Togepi is going to knock itself out with struggle damage. So that's tragic for Togepi and Togekiss. What a bad start. Wish from Lucario. It knows it doesn't even have to move. So round 1 is going to go to Lucario and Riolu. Here's the struggle. Barely any damage, but enough to take out Togepi. So at 1-0, let's hear from our sponsors. Hey guys, it's that wonderful time again where I remind you that you can use code ACE to save yourself some money on G Fuel. G Fuel's that energy formula that I'm always banging on about because it gives me a lovely burst of energy with barely any calories and 0 sugar. And like I say, if you use our code ACE, you can get yourself 10% off your G Fuel order right now. And isn't that just bloody lovely? Today, I'm drinking the fantastic, refreshing flavor of watermelon, just standard, straight up watermelon. So simple, so easy, so tasty, and just absolutely banging. Get some ice in it. Summer's here. That sounded well cringy. But it's true.
Oh, get some of that in you. Of course, only if you're over 18 because it contains caffeine, and because it's caffeinated, just remember to drink it responsibly. Don't be a dickhead.
So welcome back to round 2. Lucario and Riolu were absolutely dominant in the first round, although that was partially down to Togekiss taking itself out of commission very early on. So we'll see which way this battle goes. Of course, Togepi and Togekiss need a win in this round, otherwise they are out of the competition and will go to a Pride round. Lucario starts off with a Moonblast onto Togepi for a huge chunk of damage to start off with. Lucario and Riolu are not playing around. They want to go to the semi-finals. We see Overheat from Togekiss onto which of the opponents here. This could be very damaging. Massive damage to Riolu. It would have possibly done even more damage, though, to Lucario, who's, of course, weak to fire. It does mean that Togekiss is down to -2 special attack, though. Riolu going to use a turn 1 fake out to guarantee the flinch on Togepi. So it's not very often you see fake out actually work in Metromania, so I'm impressed by that. Now Lucario has another opportunity. What's it going to do here? It's going to go for Acid Spray, which will be super effective on Togepi there for another big chunk of damage. It really has it out for this Togepi, dropping Togepi's special defense by 2 stages, so Togepi is in danger right now. Here comes Togekiss, though, who's going to go for Sludge Wave. Doesn't affect Lucario, but will take out Togepi. Very dangerous here. And down goes Togepi. It takes out Riolu as well. So we are down to just Togekiss and Lucario already. Critical hit on Riolu there. Riolu did not stand a chance. Down it goes. Togekiss playing dirty here. My word, took out its own partner. It's at full HP, but it is at -2 special attack, remember. Here comes Lucario, though, with that Metronome. Is going to go for Leaf Storm. That will be not very effective on Togekiss, of course, because of that flying type, but still did a decent chunk of damage. Does drop Lucario's special attack harshly by 2 stages, though. Sorry, did I say special defense on Togekiss earlier? Both Lucario and Togekiss are at -2 special attack, I should say. Attack. Special attack. There's the misty terrain from Togekiss, so the battlefield is going to be shrouded in mist for the foreseeable future 5 turns, I believe. And now this really could go either way at the moment. These Pokemon are going to have to rely on their physical prowess, which Lucario probably has the upper hand there, as it goes for a Throat Chop, meaning that Togekiss can't use sound-based moves for the next turn or so. I think it's the next 2 turns. And here comes Togekiss firing back with Circle Throw, which is gonna be super effective on Lucario. Togekiss was listening when I said it's gonna have to focus on physical attacks. Did a decent chunk of damage there to Lucario, but Lucario's still very much in this. And remember, Lucario is leading 1-0. Goes for Floral Healing, maybe taking pity on the Togekiss and Togepi team. Maybe wanting a bit more competition from Togekiss. Restores Togekiss back up to maximum HP. How is Togekiss going to respond? Wouldn't it be really adorable if it responded with, like, Floral Healing of its own? Goes for a Thunderbolt, or maybe a Heal Pulse of its own, just like, you know, a little bit of sportsmanship, but it goes on the attack. Doesn't get paralysis, of course, because the Misty Terrain is in effect. Here's a Fusion Bolt, which will be super effective from Lucario. How much damage is this going to do? It's a huge chunk of damage. Brings Togekiss down to less than half its max HP. That's just Lucario gloating, going, I can heal you and bring your HP straight back down. We see Surf from Togekiss here, which will land on the Lucario, but how much damage is it going to do? Big chunk of damage. For saying Togekiss is at minus... For saying Togekiss is at minus what? -2 special attack. Still did a big chunk of damage. There we go. Put my teeth back in. I managed to get that sentence out. Psycho Shift fails from Lucario, and now over to Togekiss once again, who's going to go for Bulldoze, which will be super effective on Lucario and will slow it down. Lucario's on 5 hit points here, and down goes its speed AC by 1 stage. The mist has disappeared. Togekiss very much has a chance here to equalize, but Lucario could take that opportunity away in a heartbeat. Togekiss has the speed advantage now, though, because of the Bulldoze, and it's going to go for Scary Face and slow down Lucario even further. Stop playing with your food, though, mate. You're giving Lucario an opportunity to fight back. Is Lucario going to take this opportunity and secure its place in the semifinals? Goes for Aqua Ring. That's a bizarre play right there. I get the idea, restore your HP at the end of each turn, but you really want to be going on the offensive if you're not going to be restoring your HP by a significant amount, because now Togekiss has another opportunity to equalize here. And is it going to take it? It's going to go for Swift. How much damage is Swift going to do at -2 special attack, though? Resisted as well, but still, it's a critical hit. Takes down Lucario, so we are at 1 apiece. Togekiss and Togepi 1, surviving with an opportunity once again to get into that semi-final. Lucario and Riolu, of course, have 1 round win as well. So whichever team scores the win in this battle goes through to face Munchlax and Snorlax in the semi-finals. Lucario goes for Sacred Sword to start things off. Same type attack bonus, but 4 times resisted by the Flying and Fairy type Togekiss there. As we see Togekiss, speaking of, starting off the next turn with Solar Beam, which will be neutral on Riolu or not very effective on Lucario. So I hope you chose your opponent wisely there as we get ready for the Solar Beam on the next turn. Riolu's going to go for Prismatic Laser for some neutral damage, I believe, onto Togekiss there. Yep. But it will have to recharge at the end of the next turn. Bit of chip damage there. And now Togepi is raring to go. And it's going to go for Glaciate, which is going to slow down Lucario and Riolu by 1 stage apiece. Going to be not very effective on Lucario, but neutral damage to Riolu there with a critical hit as well. There we go. Speed drops by 1 stage on Lucario. Speed drops by 1 stage on Riolu. Anybody's game right now. This could go either way. But of course, the Togekiss is going to start the next turn off with Solar Beam. We know that for certain. And it's going to land on Riolu there for a huge chunk of damage. Riolu is in the danger zone, though, but is still in this game, still in this battle. Lucario goes for Thunder, which will be super effective on Togekiss there. That's a massive heap of damage. Togekiss as well is in the danger zone. Riolu has to recharge. Over to Togepi now. What's on Togepi's mind here? Goes for Spark. And how much damage will Spark do here? Not a great deal to Lucario, but does get the paralysis. That could be game-changing right there if that paralysis takes effect on Lucario. Of course, it's going to slow down Lucario considerably, so Togekiss gets the upper hand, gets to move first. What's it going to do? Going to go for Spikes. That's a waste of a turn. That could cost the Togekiss and Togepi team there, that mistake, because now you're giving an opportunity to Riolu to mount some offense. What's Riolu going to do here? It's going to go for Mean Look. That's another mistake. So the mistakes are plenty in this turn. What is going to happen now? Togepi is faster than Lucario at this point because of that paralysis. That's crazy. Goes for Darkest Lariat onto which opponent? Onto Riolu there, and takes it down. Togepi scoring a fall there on Riolu. It's over to just a paralyzed Lucario, but paralyzed Lucario is what I was going to call it then. Lucario, ignoring the paralysis, goes for the Darkest Lariat itself onto Togepi, showing it how it's done, but gets a good chunk of chip damage, even though it was not very effective. Wow, Lucario really putting up a fight here, even though it is outnumbered. What's Togekiss going to do, though, here? Togepiss, whoopsie, that's a slip. Goes for an Ice Shard onto Lucario there, who's probably pissing itself right now in absolute fear of these fairy types. Here comes Togepi, though, who's going to go for Gastro Acid and suppress the ability of Lucario. Lucario not going to be able to take advantage of its ability here, which is only a bonus for Togepi and Togekiss there. Lucario fires back with Scary Face. What are you doing? Trying to slow down its opponent here. Slowing down Togepi, who, okay, sure. That's going to help you in the long run, Lucario. Come on, screw your head back on. Togekiss is still in the danger zone, though, so Lucario could turn the tide at any point here. Togekiss, smiling away, is going to go for Gastro Acid again. That is going to fail, which gives Lucario an opportunity right now to take down its opponent. Goes for Curse, though. It's going to increase its attack and its defense while lowering its speed. I really think you should be going on the offensive here. You never know when that paralysis is going to strike, and you're just delaying the inevitable at this point if you're not going to go on the offensive. Here's Togepi, though. Togepi, raring to go, is going to go for a curse of its own, toying with Lucario here. Anything you can do, I can do better. Going to increase its attack and its defense, but lower its speed by 1 stage. So everybody's speed position here is going to stay the same as it was before, except Togepi and Lucario now have +1 attack and +1 defense. Over to Togekiss to start the next turn off. What is going to happen? Togekiss is going to go for Anchor Shot, which is a Steel-type move that's going to be resisted by Lucario there. It also means Lucario can't escape, but barely any damage at all there. Testament to the increased defense of Lucario right now. Lucario gears up with this Metronome, goes for Worry Seed, going to change the ability of Togepi there to Insomnia. So our Togepi is going to lose Hustle, which actually is a bad play there by Lucario, because it now means that Togekiss now has, no longer has, fails with Smog though, but it no longer has reduced accuracy on physical attacks, although granted they have reduced power now, I suppose. But here comes Togekiss starting off the next turn. What is Togekiss going to do? Going to go for Charm, just playing with Lucario here. There's the Charm, going to lower the attack of Lucario by 2 stages, so it's gone from +1 to -1, and now Lucario is going to go for a Drill Peck. Will we see that lowered attack taking effect? It does barely any damage to Togepi there. Togepi somehow walling Lucario at this point. Here comes Togepi with a Meteor Mash. That's going to be not very effective because it's a Steel-type attack on a Steel-type, though. Will it increase the attack of Togepi, though? It doesn't. So now, once again, we go over to Togekiss to see what Togekiss has on its mind, because it's really just playing with Lucario here. Togekiss is going to go for an Air Slash for some neutral flying-type damage there. Oh, huge damage, though. Flinches the Lucario. That could be the difference maker. That could be the decider right there. We see a Jaw Lock from Togepi onto Lucario there with its ability suppressed. So I believe its ability is justified, which means that it would have got a boost there from Jaw Lock. Unfortunate for Lucario. Correct me if I'm wrong, though. I love when you guys correct me because, you know, it's engagement for the algorithm. And here we see Togekiss going for Absorb, just toying with Lucario. Absorb doesn't do much damage at all, but Lucario is now sitting at 7 hit points. Togekiss out of the danger zone somehow. Lucario, though, getting very lucky with this paralysis, I must say. Goes for Burn Up. That fails because it doesn't have the fire typing. So over to Togepi, and what is Togepi going to do? Togepi's going to go for Lick, which is some Ghost-type neutral damage there, and it's not quite enough to take down Lucario. I thought that was it, but Lucario survives on a single hit point. Over to Togekiss. What is Togekiss going to do here? Can Lucario even turn this around? Not after a Skitter Smack, but that's going to be all she wrote. Good night, Lucario. Togepi and Togekiss, after a tough battle, are going through to the semi-finals. Well done to both of them. They are going to face Snorlax and Munchlax in the Did I say quarterfinals? I meant semi-finals. And of course, next week we find out semi-finalists number 3, and well, technically number 3 and 4. Number 3, team number 3, as Wobbuffet Wynaut take on Magmortar and Magby. Make sure you check it out.
So thank you so much for watching another episode of MetroMania. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button. If you're new, hit the subscribe button. Share this video with a friend. Head over to twitch.tv/AceTrainLiam for all of our live streams. And of course, use code ACE for money off G Fuel. But until next time, I'm Ace Trainer Liam. Keep on training.